How's it, everyone? Welcome back to episode 21. Last episode was actually a bit tough, but we did finally manage to get Granada. We took it via basically all of France's support, but we do now have it. We also have Trapani. Now, we've released them as a fiefdom, but it is a way of us trying to build a bit of naval and trade presence within the Med. So we'll look at that in just a minute. Other than that, I think the potential for this episode is to look at making use of these Casus Belli. So we've got a claim on Marrakesh, and we also have a claim on Fon. So without further ado, let's get into it. There's obviously a lot in the toolbar to look at, so I'll start working my way through. Marcos, our son and heir, is a donkey. He's an idiot, so his education is an issue, but I do think balanced might just be the way to go. What we'll do is we'll stick him on diplomatic, just because I think his reign is going to be poor, and we want people to stay friends with us, so we can get a little bit of extra diplo growth. Job done. One thing to mention with Granada is we are obviously doing the same that we did with Sevilla. We're looking to integrate it. We're looking to improve control with Moyakar. I think that's probably how you'd say it. We're trying to get it up to 30,000 population so we can make it a city, and then in doing so we can build a naval governor there. So in terms of the population at the moment, we're at 20,800, call it, and we're gaining 34 people a month. It's not fantastic, but looking at the migration attraction, it is quite high, I think. I would suggest it's pretty high. We're getting a good boost from the encouraged migration activity. University encourages it. I might have a quick look now, actually, and see if there's any buildings that will promote that. Okay, so the only two are settlements and universities, and we've already built a university in Mojácar, so I think that's kind of it. What we are going to build, however, is a monastery for the conversion speed. I was thinking temple, but the monastery is better, so we'll build a monastery there. As you can see, the south tip of Iberia is Sunni, so one of our goals with this is going to be trying to convert it to the great Catholic faith. And we do now have our first Andean cabinet member, Mainont Chakayaku, has some pretty good stats, and for some reason it's not prohibited to bring him over from South America. So he's now here, he's helping integrate Moyaca. Right, with some of our other money, whilst we've got a bit around, we're going to increase the strength of our army, increase a little bit of the strength of our navy. Looks like we've got a surplus on both fronts, so that's a good way to spend some money. Do the navy first. We'll build 4 hulks. Reason behind that, obviously, that if we are going to go into Marrakesh and also over to Fon, we need to get our troops over there, and therefore transports are important. Other than that, we're also going to build a couple early carracks. So we'll build 5 of them. 4, 5. Okay. Army-wise, we want to increase our infantry because of the 10% infantry power we have. And we also want to increase our ability to siege. So we'll build a couple of Hoofnies and a couple Reformed Crusader Knights. We'll build 1, 2, gosh, that's all our money. I didn't realize it was that expensive. So no Hoofnies for now, but we've got a few Reformed Crusader Knights. Okay, I've noticed that our 2 explorations here cannot go ahead because we don't have any liquor. So we'll build liquor directly in the, what market is this? The Kana Johari market. And maybe in the meantime, we will ship some over as well. Bloody hell, we actually can't get there. So I do think we need to get this exploration done so we can actually go across the North Atlantic rather than through the Caribbean. So let's do that whilst we wait for that to get sorted out. Daniel de Arruda can go off to the Atlantic, Labrador, I think it said. Unsurprisingly, the Sunni zealots in the south tip of Granada are actually unhappy to be under the Catholic rule. So we're going to bring our troops over there just for now and see if we can get them to suppress the rebels for a little bit. Okay, and Valdi Mazzara isn't very happy with us. For what reasons? Because of centralization, primarily. So let's just improve opinion for now, see if we can get them happy with us. Everyone else seems pretty cushy though, which is great. Magwa's actually got a decently sized army now, although they are just levies, I notice. Cool, so we've got overseas trade. Let's see now if we can actually get to bloody Kana Johari or whatever it was called, rather than doing that exploration. Oh, it's just too shy. Look, 1520 versus 1577. Annoying. Okay, so next techs. I'm going to go for New World crops first. Extra 10% food production will help population growth. And then I'm going to go for conquistadors, just because it seems like a good idea to start trying to colonize as much as possible. So New World crops. The bountiful lands of the New World have provided many treasures to our country. One of the most important discoveries is that of the strange exotic plants cultivated as food and spices by the natives of those lands. Growing those crops in our fields will provide our population with the dietary variety and novelty they crave. On to conquistadors now. The discovery of the New World attracts adventurers of all stripes to risk their fortunes and lives on uncertain expeditions, with the promise of unparalleled wealth, fame, and power. These expeditions are formalized through agreements between expedition leaders and the government, legally manifested as capitulations of conquest. Okay, our troops are over here and they'll now start suppressing the rebels. I don't think it will stop it entirely, to be completely honest, but it will slow it down. Alright, so Gonak was done. Obviously we'll let it join Gorangai Kona now. It's really starting to take shape actually. We've almost got the whole coastline. We'll try and carry it on and hopefully see how big we can get our Southern African province. Probably worth exploring here as well actually. So we'll send someone off there. Off from Gonakwa, Bartolomeo Diaz can go, so Umgungudlovu. This is basically Durban area. Okay, before I spend any more, I'm just going to pay off one of these loans to start to bring us back into stable position economically, and then I'm going to start using some of our money to increase our army a little bit further. I've been looking at the two Casus Bellis now. Basically, the situation is slightly different for each of them. With Morocco, we have no chance of beating them ourselves. However, Marrakesh is a great place to take, and both France and Aragon will join us. So I think we're okay on that one. With Benin, on the other hand, neither Aragon nor France will join us, but I do think we've got a chance of beating them, although it is quite close because the Oyo people are willing to join on Benin's side. So it's going to be a bit tighter than what I originally hoped for, but we're basically going for this province here, Fon here. And the main reason behind this is because I'm hoping to be able to get some slave centers there, although I've just had a thought, I don't think you can build them in your own provinces. So am I even doing it for any valid reason? Yeah, you can't build it in foreign places. So I'm going to build it in Mahine. Hopefully it didn't go through. I'm going to cancel that actually because it came up with a bunch of warnings. I'm going to build one here in Ugoton. One here in Imegbo. That's all we can. Oh, we can actually build some around here as well. Right, so let's just build a few more then. Let's build one in Mahine, Bafata, Bissau, Tankula. Let's max out our money. And at the same time, Jekin, some of these words are hard, Jequitinhonha, which is this area down here. We'll actually let it join Huagaribe, so this is sort of modern day Brazil. And we've got the Hahahihi market, cutting into the Paiko market. So we've got it here. Yes, I'm not sure if we actually want to do this war against Benin. I don't see what benefit we're going to get. I mean, there is saffron, which is not a bad resource at all. But are we going to be able to hold it? And is it going to be profitable? Not really. I don't know if it's pointless, to be honest. Okay, you know what? It's not, because we can actually build a slave market. But that can only be built in our own territory. So we'll try and take Fon. And we can see here that Ardra is a city. So we should be able to build a slave market there. And then that should help us with our enslavement in order to ship them off to the Americas. The only thing I am worried about is sending our troops over and then there's a rebellion. So we got to try and make this war quite quick if it's going to go ahead. Okay, and for the long journey we are going to need some, they're called auxiliary units, that's right, yeah, just to carry some food. So we'll build 2 auxiliary units, they can attach to our army, and then also probably something to balance it out, because we're basically all infantry at the moment, so we might want maybe some crossbowmen. Yeah, I think we'll go for some crossbowmen, but obviously we don't have enough money just this second. We've also got to keep an eye on the time, because we have about 5-6 months to do it, and then the Casus Belli's gone. We've discovered Java, so let's have a look. So there are people here already. There's some pepper, there's some cloves, Some sugar, cotton. It's a decent place. Decent indeed. So we're going to want to try and take Java if we can. We just have to start thinking through how we're going to subjugate these people. Look, we are much weaker than them as well. So I don't know if we're actually going to be able to do it. Gosh, look at the size of their army. Wow. Okay, let's build that crossbowmen. Build them down here. We've only really got time, I think, and the money for one before it's time to go. Okay, it's October. We actually need a few more transports. So I'm going to build a couple more transports and then we're going to have a pop at the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, my timing on this has been terrible actually. These support Navy are going to be ready until the middle of the following year. So we're going to have to just sort of go with what we have. But I think we're all ready. So it's time to take Fon. Let's have a pop. And here we go. Okay, our cabinet member Sancho has had corrupt, not ideal. We've also discovered Umgungundlovu. She's down here. So livestock, there's a bit of gold here, so that's good. We definitely want to get up to this point, but I'll come back for this. I'll tell you what, we'll start the colonial charter for it now in Swazi, which is probably modern day Swaziland, and then we will focus on that later. Okay, we've grabbed as many as we can. We've actually had to leave behind the crossbowmen and 1 stack of reformed Crusader Knights, but we'll come back for them. So let's head down to the Canaries, restock on food and so on, and then we will carry on. Okay, we've made it. We've got first step of the way. We'll head off now to Cape Verde. Okay, here we are. Looks like we've got all the food we need. So let's keep going. I think we can probably just make it now. So let's see if we can come down here to Arda. I thought we might be able to land on uncolonized lands, but I don't think it's allowed. So failing that, just go straight away. We've actually lost Eket, which is our province here. Hello, Benin. The Portuguese are here. We actually cannot land because we don't have access. How on earth is this going to work? Oh no, I was trying to move my navy onto it. Oh my god, they've actually taken some slaves in Sao Tome. Can't really say I'm mad, given that that's exactly what I'm trying to do to them. Okay, we've made landfall in the city of Ardra. Unprotected, not ideal for them at all. Should be easy pickings, hopefully. And there we have it. Okay, we've got New World crops. We've already picked the next thing, so we don't need to worry about that too much. I'm going to move up here to Abhome. I want to try and make this as quick as possible now that I think about it, because do we have enough time to win this war before we have to go on Marrakesh? I don't think so, so we need to be quick. Okay, we've taken Abhome. The Benin army is here, and let's show them what the Portuguese are made of. Here we go. Okay, pretty overwhelming there. We lost 163 troops. They lost 2,200, so that's fantastic. We also need to repay this loan. We can do that. That's absolutely fine. And here we go. Also, we've got a battlefield medic trait for Julian da Tavira, so that's pretty good. Right, so we're up to 34%. Maybe we can actually win this war quite quickly. Let's bring our navy across and blockade this port. Oh god, we walked straight into a full stack. That's not good. That's not good. Let's slow down time. Can we retreat? Can we retreat? How the hell do I retreat? I couldn't find the button, and we got smashed to bits. Jesus Christ. Okay. Not ideal. I wonder if we can just peace out now. We can peace out and take these lands. Do we even want these lands? Let's slow down time. Let's have a look and just fucking regroup and reassess. Okay. We've sort of done it. We just let it tick up a little bit. I'm going to quickly accept it and then I'll talk through what we've got just so we don't lose it. So what we're going to ask them for is we're going to take maps of Europa. That's this area here. We're also going to take all of the Fon province except for the one with a castle or a fort. We can't get that. They're going to release all Portuguese slaves to us. We've asked them to dismantle the fort as well, so that if we want to go against them again, we shouldn't have any issues. And finally, we've just maxed out the rest with 80 ducats. So there we go. We won. We took no casualties. I don't think that's true. Oh, civilian casualties, I see. We lost 1,300 men. They lost 3,200, but we actually got what we wanted out of it. Also now we can see a little bit more of the African interior, which is good stuff. Also on the bright side, we've also now got saffron, which is fantastic. I think it's probably worth releasing this as a vassal. However, I don't think we need to keep these within our nation. So I'm going to have a look at doing that in just a second. But we do have a pretty good city here, the city of Ardra. Not a lot of burger buildings, but obviously it being a city means there's a ton of people who are living here, which is quite good. Okay, here we go. So we can release the location here. We're going to probably do a colonial nation because it allows them to use slaves and so on. So we'll do that. And we will pick the ruler as... What about our second cousin here, Alfonso de Besteros? He's not got great stats. He's got a goal-oriented general trait, which is unimportant. And we can make the country of Fon. Okay, so all things considered, not too unhappy with that. Let's see if we can actually do what I was looking to do. I've realised I can't build bloody slave centre or whatever it was called because it's no longer directly owned by us. So that's a bit of a whoopsie. I can't be bothered to roll back the save because of my stupidity, so we'll just carry on with it. Hopefully they'll build one. There's quite a lot of spare burgers around, so it could be good indeed, but for now, it is what it is. Right, so let's get our troops back. We'll send them home, get ready for the war with Marrakesh. We'll replenish a few troops because we did lose some in the battle. We'll get one Houffnice. I think that's probably all we can afford, actually. Right, so looking at Morocco now, Marrakesh is this province here. So it's actually going to have to be quite a comprehensive battle to even get into the mainland there. It's going to be tough. It is going to be tough, I think. This is going to be a difficult war, but with the ever reliable France, I think we've got a good chance. Oh god, and there's a smallpox outbreak, so I think I want to build a couple of hospitals whilst it's fresh in my mind. We've sort of got quite a few already, so let's just build one in Setúbal, and I think I'm okay with that. We've had slipping standards with respect to our blockading efficiency. Our sailors are just getting a bit lazy. We could lose 12 stability for it. It's not ideal. But we do have a bit of a stockpile. I don't really want to lose 25% blockade efficiency for 10 years, so I think we just take it on the chin unknowingly. Everyone's expected to do their duty. Okay, our troops are back home now, so we're going to bring our boys over. Actually, you know what? I've just had a crazy thought. We're going to bring these guys over. We're going to provoke the rebellion, if we can. 70%. We're going to provoke the rebellion. We're going to fight them and hopefully quash them, and then we're going to go to war with Morocco. Bloody hell, so the Distillers Guild is built now, but we do not have any sugar. So the next problem is, how the hell do we get some sugar here? It's annoying, but I'm going to focus on that in just a minute. I want to do this stuff on the mainland first. Okay, what we'll pick for our parliament session is expanding the armories. It's primarily, again, for this manpower bonus, rather than the actual armories afterwards. But I imagine we need to have a bit of a stockpile of troops because of the impending wars. So we'll do it in Sevilla for the decentralization, and hopefully we'll be able to get that over the line. Hopefully I'll be able to bloody remember it's going on. Whilst we've been waiting for our army to replenish its troops, Arguin have demanded a seat in the Cortes Gerais. Not really sure why they're playing such a prominent role in our campaign, considering they're just a tiny backwater place in the middle of Africa. But for the support, we'll accept it, and that gets us over the line. Okay, let's see if we can provoke this quick, smart, and let's just get it done. So provoke rebels, gains 30 progress, that pushes them to 100%. Fingers crossed it's going to be okay. They will soon rise up. I didn't expect them to just not do it. I thought it would happen immediately. Maybe it will happen at the next monthly tick. We'll have to just see. There we go. Here it all fires off. That's crazy. We've had loads of stuff happening all at the same time. So the colony of São Francisco, let's have a look at that first. So it's this one here. We'll let it join Jaguaribe. This will be our big Brazil colony. Slow down speed. Colonial charter's done. That's okay. We don't need to worry about that now. It seems the Sunni zealots have proclaimed the independent Republic of Granada. Well, that's just won't do. Annoyingly, my anticipation of trying to bring them into the land before the rebellion struck did not work. So we have to leave and then re-enter. But they only have 2,500, call it, levies, not even professionals. I don't think anyone's joined them on their side. So it should be okay. Fingers crossed. Okay, So they're on the ship. Let's see if we can get them back in. Okay, annoyingly that did not work. So we actually have to bring them back to our own land, and then we'll go back. That's bloody annoying. So let's do that. But first, the Canna South Company. Our nation is surrounded by territories as yet unclaimed by any of our rivals. Our ambition is to expand the lands belonging to the Crown, has taken root amongst our people as nationalistic fervour, and a new private company has established itself with the intention of bringing settlers to the lands of Canna South. Canna South being here in South Africa, to claim the territory for glory, gold, king, and their company. Should we permit their expansion, they will bring a great deal of settlers to the province and rapidly expand Portuguese influence. Of course. So we could charge them, or we could just let the 200 peasants go. To be honest, we're getting 100 a month. I think we're going to charge them and just gain the 50 and just boost the colonial charter a little bit. Right, so let's fix this mess. Let's get our troops back. We'll get them back. We'll ask maybe for access with Aragon. See if we can bring these guys here. Still says in exile. So that didn't work. I've made a right hash of this, actually. Let's get them just back home. Screw it. We'll go home and then we'll come back. Okay, they're back now. Thank God for that. Let's go. Okay, once again, we are back in Muyaka. Hopefully now we can bloody do it. Okay, we have landed. So now we just need to chill for a bit. Let our morale recover. It's going to take a while to flip the siege. I've got to try and think about whether we go for a war on two fronts, to be honest, because I don't think we're going to be able to win this before Morocco time. What we'll do in the meantime is we'll build a couple more Hoofneses, try and help with the siege effort. Build 2 more. We've finished the Parliament session, that's fantastic. Okay, and in the meantime we've had an event, an unlikely inheritor, Bartholomew Diaz, our explorer, I believe. Yes, it's a curious adventurer. Has basically inherited a land, although he is not noble blood. Despite his blood connection, he is clearly not of noble stature, so it might be preferable to merge the titles into the crown. So we could do that, although it pushes us towards aristocracy and centralization. So I think we'll probably say he can become a noble. He's got a new piece of land for himself. Okay, our Hoofnese are ready, so we'll bring our navy back. We'll shuffle them across. Hopefully that will help speed up the siege a bit. Okay, here they are. It did not improve the siege, unfortunately, but at least there's some more troops there, I guess. We're just going to have to let this one rock on for a bit. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on this war. I'm going to declare war against Morocco, immediately call in our allies, and hope that they can do the business for us whilst we bloody clean up Granada. Wish us luck. Okay, we've got conquistadors. I will think about doing something with that in a bit. For now, let's pick our next research and then we'll probably have to think about declaring war. So I think we're going to go for formalized relations because it starts to open up this tree here, better institution growth. There's loads of privileges here, urban rights that I spoke about a couple episodes ago, which is probably worth thinking about, and so on and so forth. So let's go for formalized relations first. Establishing formal relations with neighboring countries of interest is crucial if we are to maintain a balance of power and promote our interests. Okay, and here we go. I think it's time to push our claims forward. I'm worried about this, I can't lie, it's a bit of a gamble, but we go for it. Let's go. Declare war on Morocco. So Aragon have honoured it, and so have France, thank God. Now, it's going to be all them for a little bit, whilst we try and deal with Granada. Okay, we built up a bit of money. Oh, we've done it. I've just seen that we've done it. We've taken Muyaka. Fantastic. So let's see what's going on here. So that's brought it down from, I think it was -17 down to -4, which is great news. We can actually move inwards now. Then we'll need to take 2 more forts, annoyingly. In the meantime, let's see if we can just catch this ship real quick in a one-off battle. It's Granada. We see if we can grab them again. See, it's doing that thing. This is what I was moaning about a couple episodes ago. We can't beat them. Okay, next siege is done. Gergal. We'll move on up. So the only place we can go to, it looks like, is Wadi Ash. So we'll go there. Granadan troops have come out. Let's see if we can catch them. That might give us a really big boost to our war score and hopefully end this battle sooner. Here we go. We have smashed them up. Scarily, it does say that they can enforce the war goal. So I don't know if we want to try and do something about that. I mean, I don't really want to give up any of the territory. So I think we just risk it. Okay, the colony of Kari Karu. We'll let it join Gorongaikona. Just for those who are interested, it's this one here. You can see there it joins up. Okay, so just quickly, whilst these wars are ongoing, I'm worried about neglecting some of our infrastructure. So I'm going to just build up a few buildings to try and keep this monthly positive income going. So tools are much needed. And it looks like the only really viable place is Visu. So we'll build one in Visu and actually also Santarém. So we'll build another one there as well. Jewelry is much needed in Lisbon. So let's build it here where we've got silver. And build 2 levels, let's say, in Carmona. Got a few more places we can build some slave centers, so let's map those out. Sort of just build them all along the coast. Okay, so not much has happened in the Morocco War thus far. It doesn't look like there's even been a battle, or at least not one in which Morocco have lost any troops. We will obviously focus on them in just a minute. We just need it to hold on for as long as possible. And it seems that picking Mainant Chakayuku was a good choice. He's a charismatic orator, so it gives us an extra 10% parliament support. That's quite good, actually. Okay, thank God for that. We've finally done the siege of Wadi Ash, and now we just need to take the last couple provinces, 2 of which are unprotected. One is obviously Granada, which is going to take a while, I think, unfortunately. Okay, Pinar is done. We're at 100%, so we might not even need to take Granada, hopefully. Okay, cool. It looks like we can annex them by offering peace. So let's see if we can do that. Fantastic. All done. So back in our hands. War is over. The gamble so far seems to have paid off. And it does look like France are now making landfall on the southern part of Morocco. We've also completed a quest, protect our coasts rather. So we have now done that one. It looks like another one's come up as well. Final task, maritime lanes. We get extra proximity cost reduction for maritime presence. Better navy tradition. Okay, and I think we're kind of done with all the missions for now. There's 2 trees that we haven't done. A traditional economy, which we're not going to do. And we can humiliate a rival, which we will not do just yet. We can maybe try and tackle Castile again. They've been remarkably silent following their smack in the face. Oh god, no. I accidentally ran straight into their fleet with all of my army. Can I get out of this? How do I run away? So it's not possible to retreat until 24 hours have passed, but this battle has only lasted for 41 hours. So that's fantastic. Thanks for that, Paradox. Oh, we're going to lose a lot of bad stuff here. After saying that, we have broken the flank. We might actually win this war. It suggested I was going to lose it badly. I was quite worried about that, but I think we're going to be okay. Cool. We did lose again 6 ships. I don't understand how this works. Why we're losing heavy carracks when they're not. I don't get it. Right. Let's see if we can win this war in Morocco now. Fortunately, it looks like the French have made landfall. There's a pretty nasty Moroccan army here, and a lot of them are actual professional armies. So I've got a 5,000 stack sat waiting, ready to go in. I might drop them down so that they can replenish, now that I think about it. Let them replenish fully, and then we figure out what to do. But this this stack is going to get smashed to bits if they do come through. Oh, they've taken it. They're not attacking for some reason, so fingers crossed. Oh, there they are. Oh. Okay, we've got formalized relations. We don't need to worry about that for now. Yeah, look at this. They're getting smashed up. We do have a lot of troops. I might have to raise my levies, you know. Screw it. What we're going to do, we're going to bring these guys back. We're going to attack this area here, Ceuta, Tangiers, etc. See if we can connect this first bit of North Africa. We might have to raise our levies as well. I think we're going to raise our levies across the board. So we'll raise them in mainland Portugal here. And we'll leave Granada. Actually, we'll raise Granada as well. So we'll raise them here. And then we'll figure something out. Okay, so technology. I think we might go for extra jewelry output because we have that massive jewelry production place in Sevilla. So master gem cutters have made a breakthrough in diamond cutting by experimenting with diamond dust suspended in oil on their scapes. This allows the artisans to cut stones in entirely new shapes and to a much higher brilliance. The resulting technique, known as faceting, produces a stone of a pleasing geometric shape and with better optical qualities. As the new stones and the technique for cutting them spreads across courts and workshops, the demand for jewelry and precious stones increases greatly. Okay, fantastic. That buys me a bit of time to figure out what I want to pick next. Right, so we'll land at Tangiers. At the same time, we will then consolidate our armies in Faro, and we'll start ferrying over the levies. Now, usually I would be a little bit more patient, but as we all know, we haven't participated in this war at all, and they're getting quite a high ticking war bonus. So there's a chance that they just basically make us surrender, which obviously we would want to avoid. So we've got to get our skates on a little bit. Okay, we've taken Tangier. Let's move across to Ceuta, Sabta, it's pronounced here. Oh god, here comes the troops. Oh god, this is bad. Well, here we are. Yeah, they killed us badly. In fact, they wiped our entire stack. It's also not let me friggin' select them all. Okay, yeah, it's bad. It's really bad now. So I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. The French sort of half-arse committed, which is the problem. I did kind of rely on them. It's a little bit my fault because I've relied on them so much. But they're not sending people over. In fact, I mean, how would you even get that many troops over? So, I mean, we'll go for a full send. Let's just try it. We'll send all of our levies over. We'll try and raise our troops. But I think it's game over, to be honest. Here we go again. Look at this. Absolute crushing defeat. We lost an entire stack. I don't think it's possible. Especially now that our professionals are gone. Pooh, man. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. They won't even take a wise peace anymore. Shit. Okay. New plan is we're just going to hold the fort. They're not getting over to Portugal. We're just going to have to let them take a white peace. I think it'll eventually peter out. I don't think they can force us to pay them money because they haven't taken any of our land or anything. So we just need to make sure that we dominate the seas, and then that will be that. But hey ho, we had a go. It was worth a shot. Let's raise a few more Reformed Crusader Knights. It does say that we've got 4 there. So where are they? I'm not actually sure. Don't know what's going on here. I've sent 1,500 people to their absolute death by accident. The army movement isn't very good, or I'm bad at it. I'm not sure, but these guys are dead. Yeah, there they go. Absolutely smashed to death. Also, interestingly, it looks like their ruler is a general, which is rather annoying. It'd be cool if you could kill them in battle and so on, but I don't think you can. Right, okay, I don't think there's anything we can do, so I'm actually just going to disband our levies. You guys can go home, and we will just wait it out. Bloody hell. Yeah, I mean, I do recognise the error in our ways, and it's the French don't have enough transport ships, so they actually cannot get the people over. I wonder if that opens up an opportunity for us to do it. Let's see if we can get some people over. I'd rather expend their troops than our own. Let's come here, actually. We'll come up to north of Barcelona. We'll see who we can pick up. And maybe, through sheer numbers alone, we can win this war. They're not boarding. I was hoping they might split off into enough to get on the ships, but it doesn't look like they're very happy with it. Bollocks. Okay, we built another round of hulks. We'll see if that is enough to get some more people over. To be honest, it's a battle against time now, and it's not on our side. Yeah, here we go. White peace can be enforced if we carry on for another 3 years. I mean, I'm honestly not that opposed to it, to be fair. Oh, hang on, here's some French troops getting across. Come on, boys, let's just overwhelm them. Overwhelming numbers. Okay, I just got a very small glimpse of them here. I'm guessing they're going up to try and get these guys. I'm going to try and be sneaky and come down to the south. See if we can grab something down here. Maybe, what's it called? Guerrilla tactics. In, steal it, back out onto the ship. Let's see if that works. You see, because a lot of the south and a lot of the coastline is actually undefended. So we can actually just snipe in here. But we obviously need to deal with the force. And that's not going to be easy. Okay, they're here, they're sieging. And they're all the way up here. They're coming to defend against the French here. They've left again. Uh-oh. Realised they didn't have a bloody general, so Julian to Tavira can go in, and we've got the siege. I think let's get back on the ship. It's so stupid. Let's go up along the coastline, see if we can spot anything. Oh, it's flipped back. Bloody hell. No, this is not going to be possible. I don't know what to do, but it's definitely not this. This is just not the way to do this. It's a bit annoying though, because their enthusiasm is so low. You'd think they'd think about just calling it a day, but they do not want to quit. They will quit if I give them $2,000, but I'm not doing that, obviously. So we just carry on. Okay, I'm just going to speed up time because I'm not willing to pay them, and I don't really want to do anything else to jeopardize this. We're going to build 2 heavy cavalrymen. Just see if maybe we can tip the scales. Because if we can land everyone, do we not? Oh no, they've got 24,000. Oh god, I thought they had less than that. I thought they had 12,000. Where have all these really strong ones come from? Oh, their armies are not fully restored. This is misleading. So they do only have 12,000 men. Can we make something happen? Okay, we've had a faceting. Unimportant for now. I'm going to just pick the next research, and then I'm going to think about what we can do here. Okay, I think it's probably worth going for Pike Square for the extra military tactics. It also opens up a whole new category of different units, which is probably worth doing. So we'll go for early hunting guns. Improvements of the weapons produced by our gunsmiths will also provide our hunters with better tools to bring home ample furs and wild game. Isn't great for us in terms of the actual benefit, but it unlocks a lot. Okay, we've got everyone on the ship together. Well, I thought we did. These guys are stuck at port. We'll get everyone else out, though. Okay, everyone's here. We're in Tangiers. Don't know where their troops are, and that's very scary. I don't think it's strong enough, but I'm trying to just get enough so that we can basically wipe peace. We're at -16. I'm hoping if we can flip enough support, that will swing it in our favour. So we've got Tangiers now. Was that enough? 17 then. Okay, we've integrated Mohaka. That's good. I'll deal with what to do next in a minute. Oh, here they are. 30,000. It's bad time now. I'm not even going to bother watching it. Look at this. Boom. Got smashed to bits. Let's just get out of here. Sod it. I don't want to do this war. This is a waste of my bloody time now. Oh, they're about to crush me again. We got nowhere to run, boys. We're all dead. Jesus Christ, what a waste of money. Okay, I think we all know the conclusion here. I'm going to stop it here, and we'll figure out what the hell we do to extricate ourselves from this mess next time. Thanks very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.